Our one last thing this week, we were talking last night, watching Warriors Rockets, and I just was like, there's a clear top 13 players. I said 13 because I've just all season from the beginning of the year, these are my 13 guys, and they showed it once again. Clear 13 above the rest of the league. When we got through for 13, we said let's just make it a top 15. So here's our clear top 15, and I kind of led the way, and Lucas looked at it, and you changed it up a little bit, but you had the same 15 guys, right?
I actually had one different player. I really think that Chris Middleton should be a top 15 player right now. And you were saying these are your top 13 players as of May 4th, 2019 at 7:36 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yes.
Order can be argued, but this is the first clear tier of players in the NBA. And I had Middleton in here, and I don't have Westbrook, which is I think is an important distinction.
Wow.
You have Westbrook at 13. I have Middleton as the person, not in the same spot, but just as one of those top 15 players and not Westbrook.
Definitely. And so number one, I took LeBron, but I think it's 1A. I'm just taking LeBron in this situation. Then Giannis, MVP caliber season. I think he's probably going to win it, honestly. Number 4, got James Harden, the beard. What can you say? I mean, Giannis, I love the defense, and that's why he's kind of 3 and Harden's 4. They both have MVP seasons. Harden, what can you say about the scoring? This is Kobe Bryant level stuff of his best year, and James Harden is matching that. Maybe doing a little differently with more threes and free throws, which I think is interesting. But that's a conversation for another day. I got Harden at 4, and then Kawhi is number 5. Love his defense, and I think in these playoffs, he's showing everybody that he's a real scorer when he wants to be. And I saw it. He's already a Finals MVP. This man is amazing. Kawhi Leonard might be one of the most underrated players. Because is he in your top 5, Lucas?
He's not in my top 5. I did have him barely outside of it at number 6. My top 5, KD. I think just right now, Kevin Durant is unguardable, and he is a 40-point scorer a night right now. LeBron, though, number 2. You know, his reputation speaks for itself. You really can go either way, as you mentioned. Number 3, I have Steph. Not playing well right now, but we all know what he can do when he has it. And I just think that this has been a smaller sample size of what happens when he can't do it, and then he'll be able to prove when he is on his game. The Warriors really are that unbeatable team. Number 4, I have James Harden. I just think James Harden had a better all-around season. I know that Giannis defensively was better, but James Harden really brought it to another level. We had this expectation that Giannis would be one of the best players in the league. I don't think many people thought James Harden could repeat or even improve upon his performance last year, but he somehow did it. And then rounding out the top 5, as I mentioned, Giannis. And then I have Kawhi at 6.
Yeah, I'm just going to read through the top 13 that I originally had and then the 2 extras. These are your superstars. LeBron, KD, Giannis, Harden, Kawhi. Then at 6, I got Curry. Obviously, Golden State Warriors got the championship, best shooter of all time. Anthony Davis at 7. Kyrie Irving at 8. Embiid 9. Jokic, my guy, at 10. He's got the best basketball IQ in the game. Him and LeBron maybe. And he's just the less athletic LeBron by far. Damian Lillard, number 11. We've seen it this playoffs. His range is incredible. Paul George, 12. Westbrook, 13. Blake Griffin, love him. I think he does a lot for any team that he's on. He can pass now. His range is expanded. He's 14. Klay Thompson, number 15. He's probably the second best shooter we've ever seen.
You mentioned that I do agree with what you think as a top 13, top 15 players. Mine's just a little bit in a different order, but I think you hit the nail on the head. You can make arguments. Arguments for any of these top 15 players being in a certain place where they are. The talent in the NBA is just at an all-time level right now, and it's really even hard to organize these top 15 players into the correct orders just because even at the top –
it's hard to evaluate different positions. I found that when trying to rank them.
Exactly. And also just what they mean to their team, because obviously Jokic means way more to their team than other teams. And, you know, I have Middleton instead of Westbrook. I just think Middleton is having an unbelievable series for the number 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks. And he's just a great compliment to Giannis. I don't think Westbrook's nearly as good of a compliment to Paul George. So that's where I made that deciphering factor.
Do you think does this mean that triple-doubles are now officially overrated?
They're not overrated. They're just not important anymore. Like Westbrook ruined the triple double. Like it used to be, if a player got a triple double, that was important. Now that Russ has averaged for 3 straight seasons a triple double,
I think that just the fact that other guys are getting triple doubles. I think Evan Turner had like a triple double this year. Like it shows that you can just get it randomly because the game has just evolved. I think
they're not overrated. I don't think they're overrated. I think a great stat was Draymond Green when he gets a triple double. The Warriors were 27-0.
Yeah, Jokic's record with the Nuggets pretty good as well with triple doubles.
So it usually, if the player is averaging a triple double, that means they're doing a lot for the team. But now it's kind of forced with Westbrook. I don't think they're overrated anymore. I just think that